Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and today I'm going to make this card with you. It says "You're the best." It has a cute little elephant, and hopefully this time I will remember to put the little string on before I attach so you won't have to see the string when you open it up. But hey, you know, we all mess up sometimes. So I am using the Flying with Friends kit or set from Mama Elephant, and I already stamped the elephant so I can color that with you guys, and then I have the "You're the Best" that we're going to emboss. So I have that over here ready to emboss, so I'll just leave that here in the corner, I guess. I'm trying to make sure I have everything. So the first thing I need to do is cut my paper. Since I have already stamped this guy, I'm going to go ahead and cut everything so it'll be ready, and then we can assemble the card and get on. So I have some pink paper, but I don't think this is big enough. It is not, but this will be big enough to do the punch. So let me go ahead and punch out using my 2.5-inch scalloped punch. I got this at Hobby Lobby, I believe. So I have that. And then I also will need my 2-inch punch to punch out the elephant. So I have just a plain 2-inch punch that I'll use to punch out him. But I don't need any more of this right yet. But I'm going to cut this off because I think I'll use this part to do "You're the Best." So I'm just going to cut that out. I'll use that. And then this will be extra. And I also need, let's see, I'm going to pull out a piece of the striped paper from my scrapbook kit in a stash that I have. Oh, hopefully I have some more of the striped paper. There's blue striped, oh, there's pink striped, good. And I have a piece of pink already cut out. So I want the pink to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Four and a quarter by 5 1/2. And then I want this to be 4 1/8 by 5 2 3/8. And that's my cat. 4 1/8. And I want the stripes going up and down, so I'm paying attention to that. And then this will be scrap. And then I also need cardstock. So I'm going to cut a piece of 8 1/2 by 11 at 5 1/2. And then I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. And this will leave me with an A2 sized card. And just crisp up the edge. So I'll put this on here, and then I'll put this here, and this will go here after we've embossed it. So there's all of that. I'm going to go ahead and cut my string and put it on this. So hopefully that will remind me. So my string, I'm just going to cut it so it is big enough or long enough to go all the way around, and then more for the bow. And I obviously have plenty of this, so I don't really care if I make it a little too long. I just want to make sure I have enough. So I'm hoping that if I have this out here, I will at least remember. I don't know what I have that out for. Oh, yes, I do. That's for the embossing powder. I was like, that's an awfully thin piece of paper, but that's what it's for. So I'll put this with the embossing. Oh, and I wasn't sure what color I was going to use, but I ended up using silver. So all of this goes embossing. All right, so let's get to coloring. I already picked out my colors, which I know is new. I don't always do that. So I have a pink color that I'm using for his ears. And these are fine color markers. They are alcohol markers. But I just covered the whole entire inside of the ear with this pink, which is number 216. I do not know what it equates to. And then I used number 252. This is my lightest gray color of the three that I picked out, and I am going to just color all of him, including over the little pink area of his ear. And then I'm taking number 272, which is a little darker. And I'm going to go in because this is really more the color that I want him, mostly. So I'm going in quite a bit. And then I'm going to take my lighter color and try to blend all of that out. And you notice that I just did his face first because honestly it seems like this doesn't want to blend very well. So I don't know if it's my technique or my markers. I don't always have that problem, so I kind of think it's the marker, like just the colors of the markers just not wanting to blend very well. So I did that so that I could do all of that, and then now I'm going to take and do the same thing with his body. And then I will use my lighter one and kind of blend this all together. I did his whole body on the other one, and then I did the blending, and it didn't go so well, so I learned my lesson this time and did it this way, and I like it better. And now I'm just taking my darkest gray, and I'm going to shade where I think it would be darkest. And then I'll take my second lightest one, so my medium one, and try to blend that in. Then I'll take my lightest and blend that in. And this is kind of spreading throughout the thing. It's not making a nice crisp line on all of the edges, which is actually okay because I am going to go around it with a green color. But I may even, I mean, I think it looks pretty good, that color. But I may go around it with a pen just to make it so it's not so faded, I guess. Smooth it out a little. So I'm just tracing all of it. There we go. And I think that looks a little better. I mean, it's still not perfect, but that's okay because I am going to go around it all. Now, for the balloons, I used two different colors. I used this orange color, which I really liked. And I just colored the whole thing with this orange, and then I went around the edges again. But I didn't use any other color to shade. And then I used what I thought was going to be a pink, and it ended up being a purple, so I think I'm going to try to find a lighter pink for this one. So let me see what this looks like. See, that's even purple. But that one looks better. Oh no, that's not good. think I'm going to use this one, and that's alright. It's not exactly the color I wanted, but it's probably closer to that one. Oh well. And then I just did the same thing where I just go around. Leaving an area that's definitely lighter. So there we go. Then I take my light green, and it doesn't have to be green, it can be any color that you like, and just go all around, and it just kind of helps make it look more professional. I don't know how or why that works. But I think it's kind of neat. All right, and then I'm going to punch this out with my 2-inch hole punch. And I'm just going to try to get it, I was going to say centered, but that's not exactly the word. I don't know, I want it so that he is, I guess centered is a good word. I want him to be centered, and I know I'm going to cut off some of the balloon, but I don't want to cut off too much of him. I'd rather cut off some of the balloon. Well, I like his shading a little better, but I like how he bled and he didn't, so I don't know. It's the same paper, same pens, same person coloring it, but a little different technique, so maybe that's what did it. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach this to this with some of my art glitter glue. And then I will pop dot this whole thing, but first I want to stick him on this, just centering it in the middle of that scallop. And goodness, I think I'll go ahead and emboss now. So I'm going to take my piece of pink. Now one side is textured and the other side is smooth. I'm going to use the smooth side, and I'm just going to take my powder embossing, like it's so that like the embossing powder will only stick where it's supposed to stick, and it's like an embossing buddy. And then I'm going to take my Versamark ink, ink this puppy up, and then push him down straight up. Goodness. Okay, and then I'm going to put him over here. I am going to take my embossing powder and put it on top. Just sprinkle it on, and then I pick up my paper, and then I put the embossing powder kind of back in as best I can, and then I like to do it again sometimes just to make sure that it gets nice and coated. And then that should do it. And I'm going to take this, and I like to use a thin piece of paper for this because it's very easy to bend. And then I just put all the extra in there. And if you spill any, a microfiber cloth will help get that up. And then I put my lid on it before I emboss it. So I'm going to turn on my heat gun, and let that go for about 10 or 15 seconds. I'll take a drink of my coffee. And then I'm going to emboss it, or heat it. I just put my heat right onto it, and you'll see it start to change. There it goes. I think that's the coolest thing. That'll never get old. I love it. It was the first technique that I learned on stamping and I was hooked. So now, and it's automatically dry, I'm going to cut this out. I may have a little chunk in there from the scallop. Oh, I think I can get it. All right, I think I did. Oops. And then I'm going to do this side too, just to make it about the same on every side. And my blade didn't cut this so great, so I'm just going to cut that off right there with scissors. And then I can put this down, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick it down. Stick it down with my glue. I'm just going to put that right here in the corner. My first idea was just to emboss it straight on this, but then I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see it very well, so I think I like the pink. So let's go ahead and put this onto this, and then we'll do our ribbon. I'm saying it out loud so I won't forget. So I'm going to put this onto the background, and it just has 1/8 of an inch around it, so it doesn't have much. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my baker's twine on. And I want it to be on the bottom third of the card. So just about like here, probably. And just tying it in a bow as though I were tying my shoes. And then I will mess with it. Sometimes it's easier to do it upside down. I don't really know why that works for me, but it does sometimes. Sometimes I still can't get a good bow. Other times I can do it first shot, so I have to practice sometimes, but bows are not as easy as you would think they were. At least I don't think so. And then once you have your bow like you want it, which I think that looks pretty good. Let's see how it looks with this. Yes, okay, I'm going to take at least 1 glue dot, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe the whole pack, I don't know. Whatever it takes to stick my bow down. I'm putting the glue dot there. And what I did with this other one is I put one of these little legs through that. I don't know if I'm going to do that for this one or not. Well, maybe. He wants to roll over. Roll over, Beethoven. Let me see here. I'm going to put a little... And I don't think I like that under it. I thought maybe I would, but I do not. I can tell that it went under and that looks silly. Okay, and then I'm going to trim these off. Like that. And now I can go ahead and glue this to the card front. Oh, and I forgot I have it the exact same size, so I want to just cover the card front. For a second I was trying to leave some space, and I'm like, wait a minute, it's too big. There, and I did this one right so you don't see the string on the inside. And then for this, I'm going to pop dot the elephant. So I'm just going to take, and I want this side. I want the string to go right there, so I'm just paying attention to that. Oh, I lied. I want the string to go right here. Do I have enough room? Yeah, I think I do. Okay. Paying attention, I said. Lying to you? Paying attention, just doing it wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to pick the card up so I can see, and I want it, so it's not going to be right in the middle. This is going to be over a little. I don't know why, just for fun. So I'm going to put him down so that one of those went on this side, and then the other two are right here, and then the fourth one is here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's one on this side, and then the rest are on this side. And there we go. There is our card. Finito. Isn't that cute? I really like it. And it's fun. You're the best. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.